Do you like giant factories? Because I really do. And in this Satisfactory video, I built a crazy factory that automates everything for Tier 4 and Phase 2 of the space elevator. But this video is a little different from the other videos in this series. This video was recorded over the course of 2 weeks, and it covers a lot of gameplay. So I will be including chapters in this video right below, on the little bar, the little play bar. And if you want to watch the video in one sitting, go ahead. But if you don't have enough time to watch this entire video, you can always just stop at a chapter and come back. Anyway, this video covers like 30 plus hours of gameplay, so I hope you enjoy. Welcome back, everybody, to Satisfactory. Oh, wait, what are you guys doing all the way over there? Come over here. Yeah, you guys come over here. Now, if you're new, this is a series that I'm doing where I play through Satisfactory, and each episode we try to complete one tier and a space elevator phase if there's one for that tier, and then we just build factories, we work on optimization, we do all the math and stuff, and yeah, just basically play the game. And in last episode, we completed Phase 3, and I said that today we will be completing Phase 2 of the space elevator and Tier 4 of the research tree or whatever it's called. Now, there is a part in this episode where I go out and I do a bunch of alien technology stuff. That one was already recorded, so it will be a little bit out of order, just warning you now. And the reason I'm over here at our steel factory is to pick up some of these steel beams so I can take them back with us to go ahead and put into the milestone tier system. I guess I don't really know exactly what they call it, but we're putting these in here so we can unlock blueprints. Now, blueprints are a huge help for us starting in this episode. I think we will mainly use them for the Hyperloop accelerator stuff as an example to get started with what we can do with them, and we might even do that here in the first 5 minutes if I can get the Hyperloop stuff, which is all just we'll see in a second. But the big factory today is for two things: encased steel beams, which is not that difficult to do, and the rotors and motors, which is a little bit harder since we have to go back into copper and stuff. But if we go ahead and launch this, that is schematics. I don't think there's anything important about hearing from her, and we can start logistics and hypertubes. These are our two big things we will be setting up today, as well as we will be starting a project that will go on until the very end of this series, and I'll get into that more later on. Now, I think probably logistics is the next move here, since I can't put anything in yet, but I have a lot of that stuff. Now, schematics, it's going to be pretty big, and this is just a small one too. I don't have everything I need to build it. And so while I wait for that to get back, why don't I show you what I did with the alien technology? It's a little bit of lore, it's a little bit of advanced technology stuff, and here we go. You guys can see those clips right about now. Okay, I'm trying my very best to not miss any voice lines for whenever we do the research stuff, and we've already missed one, unfortunately, that I just didn't have OBS open. It wasn't anything important, I don't think, so it is not... Is it not in here? How do we... No, we research it. We need to research this, the reanimated Sam. I just went and got the raw Sam. This should have a voice line.
Sam reanimation recipe unlocked. Sam can now be safely awakened, provided it is contained. Meaning, if not contained in special electromagnetic storage, it tends to start breaking atomic bonds of any matter it has physical contact with, and reconstructing it into easily transportable resources.
Scripture and blood compose harmony. Follow our hallowed temple halls and listen to the echoes of your ripples. Our bones are more beautiful than yours.
Okay, I think that was the next line, and we can unlock this in a second. I just need to make sure that I have, enough Sam ore before I go home. Actually, we could probably... No, I don't know what else is out here. But I'm pretty far away from home. Home is that way. I'm going to grab a bunch more Sam ore, and then I will take it home, and we will continue to research there. Okay, we are back home, and I have all of this to research the fluctuator. I don't know what this is gonna do. Maybe a voice line? Yes?
Sam fluctuator recipe unlocked. The fluctuator can mimic unique communication through patterns of electric frequencies to instruct reanimated Sam to perform specific tasks or give specific restrictions, such as matter to energy conversion. It can also function as matter memory, reading the exact composition and state of a collection of matter in one location. breaking it down, and near instantly reconstructing it in another location, which has incredible potential for smart storage.
Your threads shift solid to fluid to a tapestry, matter of matter and mind and melody.
Well, I don't know what that one meant, but I do know that this is too far in the future for us. But this is not too far at all. Now, this is the dimensional depot. Let's go ahead and unlock this. I think I have enough SAM. Let's turn all of our SAM ore into whatever this is. Oh, and then I have to turn it into fluctuate. Oh, I do not have enough. Nearly enough. I don't even have close. Okay, so I need to get 9 more of that SAM ore. But either way, that is huge for us, and I need to go unlock that really quick so I can show you what it is.
Near the end of their
Whoops,
life
I
cycle,
researched
they have a
this,
significant
and
amount of
it's
potential
the last power slug thing.
There's a good thing,
Yeah, fix it. Yeah, we get it.
Purple power slugs can now be
But I unlock
processed
purple
into
power slugs,
shards.
right? And I hover over this recipe, and it's 100 of, I think those are quartz something, but that is crazy that you go from this to that. I get that it's endgame. I just wanted to point that out. Well, before I go get the rest of that SAM ore, I wanted to grab one of these. I'm not sure if these things have voice lines or not, but we're about to find out.
The Summer Sloop was named after Marie Somerville, co-founder of Fixit and head of its R&D department. There are many theories about the origin of this shape and why this symbol mathematically resembling a Mobius strip has found its way to both human and extraterrestrial culture. Thankfully, you don't need to know any of these theories to be a pioneer. Research it in the MAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application. Fun fact: the planet you are on was found and named during a planet spotting event Marie hosted named Marie's Awesome Scientific Search of the Avant-Garde Exoplanets.
Okay, well that was something else, and let me just go ahead and research this. There should be give me the ability to scan for them, I think, as well as see what this next unlock is. Or no, we don't get to see. Okay.
Summer sloop analysis completed. Summer sloops are somewhere between battery and conduit, harvesting energy from pockets of space with complete disregard for the rules of the space-time continuum, and distributing it into its connected ecosystem. This energy,
Let the effigies harvest until the waves reach our shores. Consume.
similarities to the hypothetical force of dark energy to potentially be one and the same. It can now be tracked by the object scanner.
I was right. It can be tracked by the object scanner, as well as I just remembered what the purpose of those things are, or are. You basically go around, you gather those, and then you put them in your machines, like you do with the power slug stuff. It goes like right here, and you can multiply the outputs. That's what that was. Okay. I completely forgot what they were used for, but I'm glad I remembered that now. I hope there's is there like a SAM ore that's closer? Because that one was kind of far away, and I don't really want to run over there again. I mean, there's one up there. We'll go see if we can get to that one, I guess. Well, I found the SAM ore, and I also found the crater that I was talking about in the first episode, where I said that this would be a really good place to set up a main factory, or like a centralized area of this valley. And with the SAM ore here, that might be where we end up putting something later game, because you use SAM ore at the very end for stuff. And I don't remember this being here the last time I played this game. Maybe I just never came over here, but I genuinely don't remember this little rock with the SAM ore on it. But either way, I'm going to set up a little bit of a minor thing on there, get enough of the things so that we can get the dimensional storage stuff, so I can I can show you what that's all about. Let me just you guys get out of here. Go, get out of here. I'm off to the middle to get me some SAM ore. What's this? What? This is impure as well, so this is still bad. Well, not bad, but it's not the best. Anyway, SAM ore gathering time. Here we go. All right, I just got a basic miner set up all the way back up there at the crater, feeding the SAM ore down here and over to the single constructor. I'll leave this going for, I don't know, a couple hours or something while I build my other stuff for the rest of this video, but I just wanted you guys to know where this is, so that in future videos, if you do end up, if I come back and see it, you're not like, what in the world? What is all this? Anyway, we need to unlock the dimensional depot. Here we go. Yeah, let's go. Only 3 seconds. There we go. Dimensional depot completed. Huge.
Dimensional depot unlocked. SAM can be utilized to deconstruct matter down to its chemical elements in one dimension, and the Mercer sphere allows it to be transferred and stored in another. Once parts are fed into the dimensional depot, they can be accessed by the Pioneer inventory and build gun system at any time, anywhere.
We see through the window. It is pathetic. Consume more blood. The glass will not shatter. The metal will not bend. The wood will not splinter. Weave.
Weave. All right, yeah, that's that. And I'm pretty sure they're not the most expensive thing, but they do require one of the orbs. And since there's a limited amount of those orbs on this island, we have to figure out if we're going to start using these, which I probably will, or if we're going to start... Let's see, can I even make one? Let's see if we can make one, because I want to show you guys how it works, because it's really cool. Basically, it's like a not a third inventory. If you hook up a system to it, you can feed items into the dimensional depot. And like the system said, you will be able to access them from anywhere using your inventory, right? Where did I say? Organization. I don't have enough wires. See, this would be helpful, because let me go grab some wires and we'll use it on the wires to show how it works. The stupid photo mode stuff keeps getting stuck and it's just this little whirring in my ears, but it's so light that I don't actually notice it. Anyway, while I'm running over here, I want to thank you guys for the support on the last 3 Satisfactory videos. It has been unreal how much you guys have supported this series, and the motivation that I see from the comments, the likes, everything has really kept me going. And I hope that by the end, there will be, even more of you guys. So, keep liking and subscribing and all those type of things. And I will see you guys at the end of the series. There will be a special stream we'll do where we finish the game, I think, together. That's the plan so far. We'll talk about it later, but for now, Dimensional Depot. All right, let's say we wanted to go do another one. Let's say I wanted to build a power pole, but you see, I don't have 3 wire. Now, if I do this, it's uploading, and if I go to build a power pole, do you see the purple? That is the stuff from the Dimensional Depot. So I can access this anywhere in the world. And on this side, you can see all of the items that I have. I can as well drag these in if I want. And then once we get farther in the MAM research, we can upload stuff. I just don't have computers yet, so this is going to be a little bit. But for now, I can keep upgrading the, the upload rate and the size that it has. I think upload rate is probably the first line or something to go. So we need 3, 7, 13, 23, 23, 20, 13, 7. There's a trade-off here because there's such a limited amount that you can only make so many dimensional depots. And do you want to have more depots or do you want to have more, speed? It's a trade-off. But that is it for the alien technology section. I just wanted to get that out of the way. And now back to the rest of the video. Oh yeah, I went ahead and put the, whatever this thing is called, the dimensional depot on the reinforced plates for us, just so that we can always have them, since you need them for constructors, you need them for assemblers, you just need them a lot. And then as we get more, I will put them on other basic resources, so we can just always have them, Anyway, we're about to get Logistics Mark III. Here we go. Oh, 400 of these things. Hopefully this will speed that up, because these things are slow. Now back to work, I guess. And pretty much from here, this one we can't do yet because we don't have this set up, and this one we could do because I found 120 of these on the ground somewhere, but I can't put them in for 4 more minutes, so we won't worry about that. But do you see it? There it is. 270 resources per minute. Oh my goodness. Let me go ahead and put this on my hotbar, and I will put the lift on my hotbar. Oh my goodness. This is huge. I want to upgrade this stupid screws thing because it is so slow. Oh, and they look cool too. I think that's everything. I still don't know why it's getting stuck like this. Oh, that's why. Oh. Well, that's really awkward. Maybe we just ignore that ever happened. That would be really cool if we could do that. Is this splitter not? What? There we go. Nice and fast now, I think. Okay, well that one's still too slow, and this one is maybe too slow still. No, it's not. It's perfect. Almost perfect. Anyway, I think that's solved, so we can go ahead and move on to actual things that we're doing today, not just fixing old things. But we have 2 things that are important for us to work on. Oh, also I put the schematic things down over here. First one that's important for today is not in here. There it is, encased industrial beams. This is very important for today. Oh, we can go ahead and unlock those hyper tubes, and I will show you the second most important thing. It's almost like we're about to finish all the unlocks before we even get started today. I don't have everything I need for this. I'll have to run over and grab some more of the steel stuff, but I'll do that later once I talk about what we need to do. Anyway, encased industrial beams. These are pretty important for a lot of the mid-game stuff, as well as the stators and the motors. Now, the motors are going to require rotors as well, and rotors require a bunch of the iron stuff. Iron rods, I guess just screws, and then the stators require steel and copper. So this is coal, iron, and copper for the motor, and then for the industrial beam is steel as well and concrete. We only have this, I guess, coal nodes being used already, so we're gonna have to find some new ones. Because of that, I think today is the day we start our hypertube transportation network. Okay, I think this is how it's built. It's been a very long time since I've done this, and I don't actually know if you can use stuff inside the schematic thing. So what we will do is I will just go ahead and name this hypertube fast thingy Mark 1. I have no clue if this is going to work or not. Where's the hyperloop? There it is. We'll set this as the icon, and then we'll freaking set this as, I don't know, white, like that. And then, what are these encased industrial beams being used for? Is it the entrances? Yes. Okay. So the entrances do use that encased stuff. So we will need a bunch of those. And then what you can do once you have a blueprint made is you can go into your blueprints tab, and then you see we can just go ahead and paste this anywhere in the world. Now, I don't want to actually paste that. So I want to clear this, and I want to take all of the resources so that I can actually build this somewhere. And the first place that I would want to put this probably is somewhere where I can test it and show you guys how this works. We'll put it right here, and all you got to do is connect it up to power, and this will be very dangerous for me to go in. I guess I need to edit it and put a connection there. I forgot. Now, I don't know how to do this without absolutely going flying off the map, so I guess I'll just put this here, connect it up, and then put a wall. That should stop me. If not, I'm going to go flying. But yeah, here we go. This is how the Hyperloop accelerator works. Okay, I did stop. It shoots you out, spits you up, picks you up, and it just keeps your momentum going up and up and up and up and up, and we can get across the island really fast with this. So yeah, I just wanted to show you all that. And when you go to dismantle it, what we can do is we can do oh man, I know there's a way to dismantle blueprints, but I don't remember the hotkey for that. Okay, until I remember the hotkey, I'm just going to dismantle this manually, and then I will get into the nodes and where we will actually be importing all of our items from for this encased steel beams. That's one of them. And then it was rotors. No, rotors, yes, and stators, as well as motors, which are from stators and rotors, and encased beams, yep, which requires steel, and then the advanced wiring. Well, what is this called? Oh, smart wire. I think, is it smart wiring? I'm blanking. I don't remember what it's called. Hold on. Let me pull this out and we'll see. Automated wiring. Yes, this is the last item we'll do today. And then we'll launch the space elevator and see what we have coming in next episode. So yeah, I got to dismantle this and then get the Satisfactory factory planner open, as well as the node map or the calculator map. It's something on the internet. I'll pull it up in a second though. I found it. It's R for deleting the blueprints. I don't know why it's not on my HUD, but in case you're looking as well, the key is R. Just thought I'd help you guys out. Okay, this next section is going to be a lot of words, so bear with me for like the next 2 to 3 minutes because there's 3 things I need to talk about, and it's just a lot of words. All right, first, this is every item we need to automate today. We have encased beams, we have the stators, we have the rotors, and then combining those to make the motors, but we will be taking half of those to make automated wiring until we have enough for the space elevator. And I might just continuously send maybe 10 or so over here. I don't know yet. This is just an estimated plan for now. But I do want to have 60 of these made per minute so that it's 1 per minute, because these are going to be for our tier 4 belts. So we will need a lot of them. Now, the issue here is the raw material input. It's going to be a lot. It's 1,000 coal between both of these. It's 1,080 limestone. It's like 2,000 iron and then a little bit of copper. And that's a challenge in itself of getting all of those together. Now over here on this page, this is the ore map, and I've kind of highlighted all of the nodes for the limestone, the copper, the iron, and the coal. Only the normal and pure, since the impure ones are kind of worthless to us right now. And the area that I've been looking at is actually kind of close to us over here in this half of the map. We've already used these right here. There's a limestone we can steal from. We haven't touched that. And there's also a pure limestone over by our base we could steal from if we need to. Now we need 1,000 coal, and this is not 1,000 right here. We could ship in maybe some from up here, but this is still not 1,000 because we're on miner Mark II, and that's only 120 per minute, not at triple max. Or we could go the route of using these three at 600 per minute, but the issue there is our belts can only handle 270 a minute. So at the max we can get 270 per node for now, and 270 times 3 is around 800-ish. It's like 810, and that's still not 1,000. And then over here, this could be also 270 with a little bit of slugs, and so this could be 1,000. Between these two and these three over here, that could be 1,000. Now each one of these limestone is around 120, so we will need around 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and then there's 12 up here if we need it. So limestone should be good. And then iron here, iron here, iron here, iron here. This is 4, this is 3, and at 240 per or 270, this is around 1,000, and this is around 700. Let's just say, all right, that should be everything we need in this area. And then, do I have copper highlighted? I do. There's a pure copper right here we can use, since we only need 240 copper. Now this should be good. It's just a matter of, do I want to put this here and ship all of these resources into it, or do I want to start the centralized factory over here and ship everything to that? Now, the third issue here is power. If we go back here, this is a lot of machines. I don't think our 600 megawatt or whatever factory can handle this many machines, so we will probably have to set up more power. Now, we only have access to coal power, and we know that 8 coal generators is 600, and this took a whole episode last time, and I'm not trying to make this video take a whole year. And this was what? I think these are miner Mark. I don't know what the coal production is on here, but we could upgrade our current factory, or we can work on another one and just ship resources into this one and build like a little annex out the back. I think that would be the easiest, just to have everything in one place. The only issue is we would need to pull coal from somewhere, and pulling coal from either of these 3 nodes or 5 nodes would ruin our chances at the steel factory we need to plan. So I was thinking we just pull coal from somewhere kind of far away here, which would be a really huge transfer, or here, which isn't that far, it's just a lot of elevation change, and that would work great, you know? And then there was one more option to all of this. I was thinking that we build the factory and we include a coal generator on it, so we pull in more coal than we need. This area of the map is awful to go through. This is like the worst area of the map in my opinion. There is the gas here, there is just a crazy elevation changes, there's spiders and everything. This part of the map is awful to traverse while we don't have a jetpack or anything, as well as this half over here. So those areas are kind of off limits, and the, I guess, fourth option would be to go fully down south towards the beginner starting area where you learn how to play the game, because this has quite a bit of limestone, quite a bit of coal. The only issue is there's only 3 pure iron here. There's a ton of impure iron around here, but I don't even know that that's worth it. It's just so bad. I mean, we can look at impure stuff. There's no impure coal around here at all. Well, actually, I didn't click on impure coal. There we go. There's supplementary coal up here and down here. Now we could just take this, super boost it to the max. That's 300 coal per minute. That's enough for our factory for 8 coal generators. But we need to figure out a supplementary power solution first before we can get into anything else. Okay, that was a lot of words. I'm very sorry. That was like 6 minutes of words. Hopefully all of that makes sense and you're still watching. I know that there's probably like 20% of you watching who clicked on this. But anyway, I thought that I would share this all with you so we can, like, you know, conceptualize what's going on here, because this is the first big factory we're working on. And a lot of these buildings are going to be quite expensive. So before we get into any of this, I need to build a supplementary power station. I think I'm going to go just do that right now. I'll show you what that looks like in a second, since you already have seen me build one. And while we're here, yeah, we're making 600. I want to be making 1,200 or maybe even more, but I have to find the coal first. So I'm going to go do that. I will catch up with you when that is done, and we will get started on our industrial encased beams, or whatever they're called. Okay, I have all of the power stuff done now, for the moment. The issue here is, I don't know if this is enough. We're up to 1800, and it's double what we have in here, so there's 8 on each side, so that's what? 8 times 3 is, what? 24? There's 24 coal generators in total, and they might be enough. And the way I was able to afford all this was just upgrade those miners, all 4 of them, up to Mark II miners, and upgrade all the belts to Mark III belts, so that it would double the output. And since half of, or 2 of these were going for steel, I just took half, each one has a splitter going into one side of the coal generators, and then there's just both going. So with that out of the way, we now get to set up the encased steel beam production. Now it's kind of a journey, so what we'll end up doing is probably putting one of these things on the edge of here, and we'll run a line all the way over to a giant platform over there somewhere, and then I will get started. It's been a while since I did the math, so I hope I'm still correct on the math, and I don't know if I told you or not, but I decided to just make a giant factory out there, and we will begin the gigafactory as soon as we can start producing the oil and fuel generator, because we do not have enough power to, sustain an actual massive factory yet. But once we get the fuel generators, we should be able to, and then we'll do plastic and everything over there. But that's for next episode, I think, or might be the one after, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and make our giant platform for our second satellite factory over in this corner, and I will feed all of the inputs that we need as well, and then I will get started with the factory layout for the encased steel beams. It's like 1,000 concrete. This is gonna be a lot. Anyway, here we go. Let's do this.
Live, laugh, consume. Play. The effigy has no song, only echoes, but is part of a river. Why does the effigy avoid the windows?
Attention. Your brain's operations are outside typical parameters. Time spent daydreaming will be deducted from your sustenance budget.
Look, guys, it's the spiders.
The effigy's ripples through our temples, our veins nearly touch. It is shy. Notes shall be taken and played.
From a certain perspective, your brain looks like it is processing language, but there is no auditory data. If you are hearing voices that are not mine, this is no cause for concern. It is a common side effect of extreme pressure and stress.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. It's been 4 hours since I started this project. I didn't think that gathering all of the inputs was going to take this long. It took me 4 hours to get all of this stuff in. It's 1,080 limestone, 720 coal, and 720 raw iron. Oh my goodness. It looks crazy too. Holy moly. But that is everything we need for the encased steel beams. Now all I have to do is configure like 24 crafters, 24 smelters, and figure out how to logistically solve all of this without, just straight crumbling into madness. If I am correct, I think that this one was the lower of the this one right here of the limestone. I think there were supposed to be 5. Oh, there is 5. 4 of them are 240, and then one of them's 120. I think it's this one. I don't have the item throughput thing or whatever, but I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no, it's not this one, because this one comes from there and over there, and then I gotta remember which one of these was or maybe it's this one. I think it's this one. I'm just gonna put a marker on this so I don't forget, because like, holy moly, I've been doing this for so long that it was actually like a different time zone that I did this one in. Yeah, this is the one. Let me just, we're gonna fly over here. Okay, we're following the close line. Should come from a singular. Yeah, that's it right there. I just took a picture of it. Anyway, it's craziness because we have to do constructors first, right? I don't know how many of these things I need, but they all have to be concrete, and I have to power them all, and the power grid has to not crash, and it's just craziness right now. So I don't even want to subject you to the torture that is going to be me making all of this logistically possible. So I'm just gonna do it, and you're gonna see what it looks like at the end, and I'll tell you about all the struggles. Okay, well, excuse me. That part didn't take as long, and I'll show you why in a second. But just to prove that this is actually working, there we go. Like encased beams. This has been up for like maybe 5 minutes because the power keeps cutting out when all of the machines turn on. So yeah, we're really close to that line, and I don't know how we're gonna do 2 whole other factories up on this platform without cutting all of our power. But anyway, let me show you how this is done real quick. All right, let's go into the pre-cam here. All right, so over here we have all of the inputs, and they're all balanced perfectly, including this weird one here. And I had to shut them all off earlier because of like the power's cutting out, and that included the miners. And then for some reason, well, I guess not for some reason, but all the empty machines just filled up, and so then all of it is refilling up as we speak. But yeah, there is all of the inputs here. That's really satisfying just to watch, isn't it? And all of the inputs are distributed under in this basement level, I guess, in this sub-level, just to keep it clean and organized to see where they are. The 4 limestone inputs are all just fed straight in, and then this 5th one is a supplying one where it just like spits off 1 or 2 on each belt, you know, to get split all the way down and around and whatever, just to help with the rates, since those belts are 240 and these need 270. So that extra amount might keep them up. I'm not 100% concerned anymore at this point. It's too much for me to keep up with. And then over here, we have iron and coal coming in. This one was a little bit more difficult to design since it was 2 inputs and 1 output, so it's a little uneven. But we have our 2 inputs on this side and our 1 output on this side, going straight into constructors, making these into the beams, and then the beams are going straight over here to the assemblers, along with the 1080 concrete per minute, which is crazy, over here to the assemblers, which is making 60 of these per minute, so 1 a second, basically. And it's 2 layers. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, how is it so nice and organized? How does it, like, look like that? And that would be schematics. Like, literally just the schematic machine over here. Or I can go ahead and show you, or blueprints, as they're called in here. Like, if I want to put this one down for the concrete, put that one down. If I want to put freaking encased beam one down, we can do that. If I want to put the one that was the hardest, or the best, was this one. The steel was the one that took the longest, and it is definitely the one that helps me the most. But yeah, that is the encased beams. So if I take a look at our factory modeler, that only leaves stators, rotors, automated wiring, and motors left for the day. Holy moly. I guess not day, episode, since this one is going to be a long one. I don't know if the episode itself is going to be long, but the content that I have to, like, me sitting here doing this is going to take a long time. And I don't even know, do I just keep going on this platform? How big is this? Let's take a look. How big is this platform? If I extend all of it out, it's pretty big. And I can put all the outputs on this side. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. The issue is running inputs because belts, this is expensive. These belts, oh my goodness, it's so many freaking iron, no, steel plates. But yeah, we can just make schematics. And I would say next on the list is our stators. But we can't do that until I fix the power, because let me show you what that looks like. This is the power. Our max consumption is above our production, so at any moment, if I were to turn a factory on that is off, like one of the original factory from episode 2 is off right now, just because if I turn it on, it will crash the power. So I need to figure out a way to generate a ton of power here. Maybe I add more coal generators to the coal thing, but yeah. So it's going to be power, and then I'll show you the inputs for the next factory. Holy moly.
We hum a simple melody into the effigy, yet we hear no harmony. It covers the temple in bones and organs and limbs, yet ignores our bleeding wounds. Scripture is needed. Consume.
A familiar pattern is emerging in your brain. Please assess yourself for signs of concussion. If necessary, a replacement pioneer will be dispatched. Work must continue. Replacement delivery schedule estimate. Error, years.
Well, fancy seeing you guys here on the game right now. Oh my goodness, again, hours have gone by, hours and hours and hours, and I am still not done. But if you'll bear with me, this is the last clip I need to record for the night, and then I'm going to bed, waking up in the morning, and starting a fresh new day. I have 2 finals in a couple days, though, so I have no clue when this video will come out, but I can show you what I have so far. Let me just check something real quick. Okay. So before I go into anything, there are two things we are still missing. We are still missing the automated wiring, which requires stators. Actually, there's three things, but one of them which requires stators, and then also the motors. Now, since the last time you saw me, I'm pretty sure that I just added the rotors. Yes, this should be around, in quotation marks, 60 rotors per minute. I don't think it is, because I'll explain in a second. Let me go through the little chain of events here. We'll actually run it like a normal human being and not fly it. Alrighty, over here on the input side, we have, well, you can't see it because three of them are under, but we have 270, or just basically full Mark III belts, four of them, coming in full of iron ore. The iron ore is being processed in, shoot, how many smelters? I think it's 22 smelters. This line here in the middle is what divides the encased beams from the iron production and stuff, and then I put some of the screws on top of here because I was running out of room, but I'll get into that. Anyway, we have the iron ingots being processed here in 22 smelters. Yep, I'm just looking over at my side screen that has all the information, and then half of those, or well, a little more than half, are going outputted and being put into the 24 constructor tower, that far one right there, and then the close constructor tower is for 20 for the iron rods, and then the other one is also making iron rods, but it's making iron rods to be turned into screws, which are then all fed through a line up to the screw tower, which is 6 floors of 6 constructors at 36 constructor tower. This is 36 of them, making 1,400-ish screws per minute. It's a little bit weird because of the belt restriction that I'm having right now, whereas I take 2 floors and it gets its own special belt line because it's kind of hard to run that many items per minute when I only have access to belts that can transfer 270 resources per minute. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've done. We have a ton of new schematics and stuff. I don't know, I might post these somewhere. I don't know. I think that this one needs work, the assembler. It's just kind of hard to get assemblers in this tiny little schematic thing that I have to work with. But yeah. Oh yeah, let me show you the power setup as well before I sign off for the night and make a hard cut till tomorrow morning, when you guys will see a nice fresh me. Nice and fresh. Nice and happy. How many hours have I been playing on this world? Okay, we're at 34 hours and we're in tier... well, basically 4. We're going to finish tier 4 and phase 2 of the space elevator today and unlock the oil stuff, which is plastic, fuels, oil processing, all the good kind of stuff, I guess. I don't know. Fluids are a little bit frustrating sometimes to me because they can just break for no reason, and it's one of those things. Oh, let me just show you real quick. So we're making 3,000 and our max consumption is 3,500. So at any moment, we could lose everything. But you know, I like living life on the edge. Now, if you come out here to the coal power generator and you walk down the increasingly long coal plant, you'll see, I think it's 16 on each side. My math could be wrong. I don't know. And I still have a whole nother line of coal that I need to bring in here. Over here, I'm pretty sure it's the middle line. One of these lines I stole for the other factory. Yeah, it's the middle line. I see it over there in the distance. Let me just go ahead and delete this line as we walk over there. This line now goes over to make the... oh, it doesn't make anything yet, but it's going to make the steel tubes for the rotors that gets combined with the wires. Maybe to like warm up my voice tomorrow or something, I'll finish this coal power plant because I still have another line to connect to all the way back there. Yeah, I can't believe we only did 8 last time. Holy moly. I do like 8 in my sleep now. Like, what was I thinking? Oh, that's gonna power me in. No, just no. But also that factory over there is a little bit overkill. You know, it's one of the things of all time. I'll leave it at that. But anyway, yeah, we still got 2-3 more things to automate. They should be rather quickly happening. I'm losing my ability to speak, so I think I'll sign off for the night and you'll see me in the morning. This will be not a goodbye, just a quick cut. Well, before I could get started with any sort of continuing the factory, I realized that we needed more power, and I thought I'd come over here and show you what our power situation looks like. It's still setting up all of the coal generators. A few of them still need to get their coal and their water and all that, but I don't know how many this is. I just added 16 more, but there's 8 in the building, and then there's a lot out here. Like, this is a lot of coal generators, and it only makes 4,200, I think. Yeah, I think it maxes at 4,200, and hopefully that's enough to finish out this factory. We don't have much left, just all of the copper stuff with the stators and a little bit of steel production. I can go ahead and show you how we already have all the inputs. It's been a few days since I recorded the last clip, so I'm a little bit foggy on what I have shown and what I haven't. And if I've already shown this, I'll probably just cut it and cut right to the next section or not. We'll see. But yeah, I take this tube over here, and you guys know where it is at this point. We cycle over to this side, and then it spits us out here. We go up top, and if you look out there, well, you see there's some inputs that just are stagnant. It is all of the copper inputs and the coal inputs. So there's copper, well, that's iron. We need that as well. But there's the 3 copper, and there's the iron and the coal. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'm going to get started with the stators and get those done. And then I will combine them with our rotors to get motors. And then I will start getting the automated wiring going. So there will be 3 parts being made in this next section. But I think you get the gist of how this works since we've done so many of these factories already. It'll just be more of this, just more of what we already have. So yeah, let's get started with it. Okay, I think this is the final wire. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is it. It should be. This should be for automated wiring. All of these lights should turn on. Yeah, they did. And automated wiring is, or it will be going here in a second once everything fills through. Yep, there we go. And then if we come down over here, we should eventually see some flow in. I guess it will take a second. But yeah, this is the entire factory for tier 4. It pretty much automates everything from tier 4. We have the encased steel beams, we have the motors, and the the stators somewhere back there. Not as important, so I'm not really storing those. But yeah, I'm syncing off a lot of the encased beams because I have way too many, which is good. We want to have a lot, and then we should, there we go, 11, 12. Once we get to 100, we can go ahead and put those into complete phase 2, as well as get the expanded power infrastructure, and we will be done with this episode, of course. Not done with the game. We're nowhere near being even close to done. Now, I was thinking, what in the world am I going to do for a building? Because this, right now, it's just a floating platform with a ton of inputs, and I guess the schematic thing won't be here. But the backside is really cool. I really like all these inputs. If I can fly, I can't fly over there. It looks cool, right? And if I were to just make a big box, I don't know that would be that cool. Just, you know what I was doing before, just walls, and it's just a big white box like the power station and that other one up there. But designing a actual building would add more time to this episode, and it has already taken me 20 plus hours to build all of this, and who knows how long it's going to take me to edit it. So that might be a task for off camera, and you'll have to tune in next time to see what it looks like. I'll contemplate it after I finish this clip, and I'll let you know. But we need to finish all of the space elevator stuff, and there's 50 of our wires. It should probably be slowing down here in a second when all of the stators that I had saved up are gone. No, they're still there, and we're still making more. I think the hourly rate is 30, or not hourly, minute rate is 30 per minute on these. Actually, I'm gonna keep those 12 in there. 14. That's I can check the thing. I know you guys can't see it, but I can check it. Yeah, it's 30 per minute ish, and then the stators is 60. Motors is 30 per minute when you're getting 60 stators, which it is not getting right now. It's not that I need it either. Motors are here. Yeah, we already have more than enough for now. Oh, this is rotors. Yeah, I'm storing rotors there as well, just in case I need them for the future. Guess I'll just finish that corner off, and I can go ahead and delete that. We'll do a little bit of cleaning up as we wait for this to be finished. 31, 20 more to go. Half a minute-ish, I guess. The input side is so cool. Like, the way that I did this with all of the inputs, or all the raw resources basically running around on ground zero. It's a mess down here, but it looks really cool. Oh, I could probably fill in some walls there. I don't know. And how all the belts are actually moving and not sitting still. That's awesome. And the power is keeping up. That is kind of crazy to me. There's something wrong with some of the coal generators I set up in the last clip. I'm not sure what the issue is, but we can go take a look later. All right, that's our wiring. That's 100. And I think we have everything we need. That was kind of a long fall. I think we'll do the expanded power infrastructure first, and then we'll do the space elevator while, like it'll fill up with the wiring while we do the expanded power infrastructure. And I need to remember that I have a space elevator part being made not in this factory and being made over there for the future, because I probably will forget it. But yeah, this is the last episode of this being our home base. Next episode, we start with the centralized base, so we don't have to come back here ever. Well, we'll move the hub, but there's that. There's that. I do not have 2,000. Now I have 2,000 though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. This one's not too huge. Yeah, I don't care about the towers. The batteries are the main part of that. We can set up a power storage system and just store a bunch of power in them. It's nothing crazy. I'll set it up off camera. It's not anything interesting either. But what is interesting is space elevator phase 2 being completed. Here we go. We load it. It goes into the elevator. And here we go.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technology
Oil production!
6 will become available.
Trains!
These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
Okay, so I saw that we already are making one of those parts, and the other two will probably use parts that we have already made, but we'll worry about that at a later date. That's not for me to think about right now. Here we go. Phase 2. Oh, wait, we don't have to watch this. We can look up. Whee! There it is.
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fixit.
Look at that space elevator. So nice and big now. Oh, there's a little guy flying across. Okay, so let's see here. We haven't unlocked 2 of those parts, but we have tiers. I guess this one's done, but tiers 5, 6. Oh, blueprints mark II. Oh, this is the computer tier. Oh, this is the plastic one. This is the one that might be broken up into multiple episodes, just because this stuff can get really confusing while we still have the tier 1 pipes. So yeah, but anyway, we have the jetpack. This is huge for us. We should get this very soon. And oil processing, this will be the majority of next episode. This is the main focus. We have the oil extractors, the refineries, and these 3 products are pretty important, as well as fuel, and we can use that fuel in the fuel power generators, and we can use packaged fuel for our jetpack here. Logistics Mark IV is what we have set up our infrastructure for, because these encased beams will be the Logistics Mark IV. But yeah, we'll probably be speedrunning the jetpack, and then the belts Mark IV, just to get those so we can use them for other stuff. But we probably won't be using too many belts. It's going to be a lot of fluid stuff. And then the episode after that, we get into the industrial manufacturing, where stuff gets really complicated. We got inputs that, or we have machines that have 4 inputs. We have trains. I don't know what I'm going to do with trains yet, but I think it's going to be, I hope it's cool. And then this one's kind of not as exciting. It's just the industrial manufacturing and the pipeline Mark II, and then blueprints too. But yeah, that's that. That's yeah, this one's done. Tier 4's done. Like if we exit and go back in, I don't know why it's flashing still, but it's done. We can select the jetpack for next episode and get ready to do it. That'll be huge for us. Not that we can use it with anything yet, because we need fuel. But yeah, I'm going to go over here and contemplate if I want to build a structure around this factory. So I will show it to you one last time before I tentatively build a structure around it. If not, then I will see you in like 2 seconds with an outro. But yeah, let's just take one last peek at it since this is like my biggest feat of engineering so far. Seeing as we have, oh my gosh, I think it's over 1,000 machine. No, 500 machines-ish. I don't know the exact number. Yep, here we go. Yeah, the ticket printer too. Look, I have 45 tickets just sitting here. And there it is. This side is all for the encased beams, and then we get into the stators, the rotors, the motors, and the automated wiring. Very cool. We'll see what I do. So I'll see you guys in like 2 seconds, either with a new building or with an outro. Well, you know, at this point, I guess there's not really a reason to hide this from you because you saw the thumbnail. But yeah, this is the building for the factory. Oh, I forgot to remove that. Whatever. It gives it character for now. I'll put it back in a second. But yeah, that's the building. It is only a half of it because the backside's not done yet, as, you know, is a common theme here with me. But this took 3 days to build. 4 days? I think it was 4. I don't remember. But I think it looks really cool. I put a lot of love into that. There's not much I can really say other than to, you know, just like, if you want to look at it, the thumbnail is really the best angle, probably. Once I replace this one piece of concrete, I will go take the thumbnail picture, and then I will say goodbye, and we will move on to phase 5, or phase 3 and tier 5, but I've already talked about those, so I don't need to waste my breath anymore. It's pretty cool in here, though, with all the machines and the high ceilings and everything. Well, high ceilings because there's high stacks in here. There we go. All right. And now I park myself right here, and I go into the free cam, and we'll say goodbye to the character. Bye-bye, character. Bye-bye, character. Okay, here we go. The lighting is not perfect, but yeah, there we go. Something like that. I'll change the colors and everything in the editor, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll expand out into the rest of the world in the next episode. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Oh, let's do that again. There we go.